Welcome to Unity with Pam, with your host, Pam Willis-Hovey.
Hello and welcome to Unity with Pam. We're here on location at Wesley Heights Elementary, and I'm telling you, I'm doing a show for my tutorial broadcast program. I really want my children to get a chance to see what Pam, aka Big Girl, goes through. And I have a wonderful guest. He's teaching them. His name is Ty Mans. He is a film director, and I want to go ahead and say, welcome to Unity.
Thank you, Pam. Glad to be here.
You know, a lot of people, you've been on my show before, but somebody
Yep.
may not have seen you. Tell people, how did you get into doing filmmaking?
Wow. This started really maybe 15, 20 years ago for me when I decided I was going to just try to teach myself how to write screenplays. And through that evolution and progress, I was blessed one day to meet a young man by the name of Rick Bieber on a flight to LA. And at the time, Rick was the president of HBO Pictures. So an instant mentor was born that day, and from that point on, Rick just kind of mentored me. He put me on film sets, had me do various work for different directors, and here we are today. The bug bit, and I'm doing my own films.
So who approached who? Did he approach you? How did you get
No,
his
actually,
attention?
it was God sent because I was on the plane, and right before the doors shut, the stewardess came up to me and said, "Hey, you're the last person to get upgraded." And I got my stuff, moved up to first class, all happy just to be in first class. And I sit beside this guy, and as we got airborne, I pulled out a script that I was working on. And he just happened to look over and start talking to me about that script. And he asked, could he read some of it? I handed it to him. Hour and a half later, he gave it back. And that evening, I was sitting at his house, and he's giving me details and pointers. And from that point on, we've just been best of friends.
Now, you've got a new movie coming out,
That's right.
The Wish.
That's right, The Wish.
Tell people about it.
The Wish is a story that was executive produced by Donate Life America. They are the leading organization in organ and tissue donors. And they commissioned me to do the film. It's about a school teacher that is in desperate need of a kidney transplant. And so you follow her story. It's a faith-based story, so you see the challenge on her faith and that she'll get a kidney in time, and the challenge on her relationship with her husband. And in the end, there's a nice little twist that we have in store for everyone. But it's a great little story.
What made you want to write a movie about organ and tissue donation? You've done so many movies.
Yeah, well, I'm the organ and tissue donor overseer at our church ministry. And I've always been passionate about organ and tissue donation. My mother is an organ donor and an organ recipient.
No, I never knew that.
Yep, my mother is. Two of my sisters, God bless them before they passed, they were organ recipients. So I've always had this passion and wanting to do what I could as a film writer, as a filmmaker, to help spread the word, especially in the minority community. We as minorities are in most need of organ transplants, specifically kidneys, but we are the least as a race to donate and to register to become organ donors. So I just wanted to do something.
So will this movie bring awareness?
That's the idea. That's
Okay.
the whole point. The idea is to educate on top of entertain. You always want to entertain when you make a movie.
True.
But we're trying to educate. We're trying to inspire. We want to inspire a whole new generation of minority organ and tissue donors. That's our goal.
Now, you talked about the organ and tissue donors, but I also want to move into another area with you. You also have the opportunity to be on a big network with this movie. Is it okay to put that out there? Or
Well, we're in
wait?
discussion, so
Okay.
I'm not sure we want to
Put
that
there.
out there quite yet.
But it's on the table.
We
You can say
are
that.
we are talking to several networks now about getting the film on their networks, cable and regular network TV. So, yeah, we'll keep that one quiet for
Okay.
now. But,
All right.
we're excited about the conversations we're having.
So what does this feel like? Because you've been at this for, what, over 20 years?
Yeah, I've been at it for about that long, and again, I started in the trenches. I was a production assistant. I held up reflectors, deflectors. I picked up things. I did whatever I needed to do to learn. And even today, I'm writing and directing my own film, but just last month before last, I was in Opelika working on a film called Whitewater, where I was again a production assistant, setting things up. So I just think that no matter where you are in your career, there's always something new you can learn. And being a director is great, but being a production assistant, working with a seasoned director of photography like I was on that set was fantastic. So.
Real quick, we've got just a minute, but
Okay.
you've been on helped with some major films too.
Yeah, I've been blessed to be on some major sets out there and worked and been able to watch some incredible people do their jobs, to include this last film, Whitewater, with Rusty Condiff, incredible director. Just watching the team work, you learn so much. So it's any film, any level for me. I don't care who's writing, directing. If I'm out there on it, I'm having a great time.
Well, Ty, I want to say
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
No, thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
for teaching my kids too on the side too.
Absolutely. They are a great group of young kids, and I look forward to the year ahead of teaching them filmmaking.
Well, after this commercial break, we're coming back with Pastor Ellis.
Unity with Pam is being brought to you by these great sponsors.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir, and our TV ministry. And we looking for great things to happen, great miracles to happen within this place. Come and be a part of the blessing plan.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Looking for a different kind of church service? Instead of your Sunday suit and a row of pews, Midtown Connection offers a cup of coffee and some real conversation about who Christ is and what being a Christ follower means. Midtown Connection is located inside Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church on Hilton Avenue, right in the heart of Midtown Columbus. Join friends over a cup of coffee this Sunday and enjoy uplifting music and a positive Christ-centered message. Midtown Connection at Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church. The way worship should be.
The best in homemade Southern cooking. It's none other than Sugar's. From our signature tender hamburger steak to our juicy fried chicken. It's all made from scratch every day. And our comfortable and spacious dining facility will accommodate families of any size. Here at Sugar's, great Southern cooking and warm hospitality is always on the menu. Dine in with us or carry out 7 days a week. Sugar's at Harmony Place on Airport Thruway. A sweet taste of Southern cooking.
Hello and welcome back to Unity. I have a wonderful guest. I've grown up with her as I was a child, and she is Pastor Ellis of Calvary Pentecostal of Faith Church. Welcome to Unity.
Thank you.
You know, I want my viewers to get a chance to know you. You're also my kids, Wesley Heights Elementary School, the principal, Dr. Evans. This is the mother of the principal. And like I said, we've all grown up together. I want my viewers to get a chance to know the mother of Dr. Evans.
Thank you.
Tell people what it's like having a daughter that's a principal.
Well, to me, it's just like any other job. I know that she's dedicated. She's committed. And she has submitted herself. She loves children.
Yes, she does.
And I really think she's in the right field. Children need to be loved. Everybody needs to be loved, but especially children, because some of them are not loved in their own home. And I feel the way that she was brought up, perhaps she's able to help fill that void.
You know, one thing I would like to say, you being a pastor, and I know I can speak for my parents, they're in ministry too, having that, the Lord in our lives as professional women, that has helped us. What did you instill in her in the spiritual aspect to get her to be the woman that we know today?
Well, coming up, we had prayer every morning before they go to school. And of course, I would always give them a hot breakfast, which is very important. Hot biscuits with all the trembling.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, make you hungry.
Yes, it do.
Well, you don't get them now. But I think prayer is the key to the kingdom.
It is.
And faith unlocked the door.
Yes, ma'am.
I never sent them out to school without prayer. They never went to school without me being home. And they never came from school without me being home. So I think that perhaps I'll just tell the truth. Parents have worked so hard until children now, many times, are taking care of themselves. And it's very important for the mother to be at home when they are at home, rather than to be there alone.
That is, now, Mama, you done said something real tough there. A lot of us, to be honest, latchkey kids, we let our children go in and out without them. But you just said it's important for us mothers to be in place. Is that by doing that and by saying that, we need to bring back what you're saying, those old values into the home?
I believe that's, according to the Word of God, I believe that's what we was made for. To be our husband, help meet.
Yes, ma'am.
Help to meet his need and be there for our children at all times.
That's tough. I have to say, it's on my own show. It's hitting me. But it's hey, Mama put it there. I got to honor that. Especially when she said the word of God. And it's so important to have God in our lives. We take him out of so much, but we have got to have the Lord in there. And by you being in ministry, how are you able to balance the two? Being a mother and a pastor at the same time, how are you able to balance that?
Well, when
and wife too. Let me put wife and mother.
I only been a wife for 63 years.
Oh, only 63. I'm just 41.
Well, it worked real good.
Okay.
I can tell whosoever is listening, I can tell you that God will honor your prayers even as a child, because I prayed as a child that I would marry a husband that would be able to take care of me, and that I would not have to work, and that I could have children and be at home to raise my children. And I prayed that prayer, and I never had to work. And I was always at home to be with my children. I love children. And as I say, my daughter, Dr. Evan, loved children.
Yes.
And God just answered prayers. And he can answer any righteous prayer. He said the prayers of the righteous availeth much. And you can pray as a child, because he certainly honored that. I never had to have a job. I never wanted any. I wanted to be a wife and have babies.
Yeah. That you did. That you did. And I love your baby too.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank you.
She has blessed us because of what you and your husband did. The children are benefiting from that. Tell people, they're giving me that 1 minute. But real quick, tell them where they can find your church at. How can they contact you if they want to go to your church?
You come down Cassetta Road, past the school on Cassetta Road, come to that overhead bridge, turn left, right there. The church is sitting almost on the railroad track. 4416 John Smith Avenue and Corner Road. And you're always welcome at Calvary Pentecostal Tabernacle of Faith.
Well, Mama, I want to say thank you so much for doing my show.
God
we're
bless
going
you.
to a commercial break, then we're coming back with Dr. Kong.
Unity with Pam is being brought to you by these great sponsors.
Come on in to Sugar's for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with every bite. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas, also melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugar's offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all the work and save you all the trouble. Sugar's, a taste of Southern cooking.
When your child is sick, you take them to the doctor, right? Well, at Zoe Pediatrics, we don't just take care of sick kids. We want to keep the healthy ones healthy.
At Zoe Pediatrics, we're in the business of prevention. We would love if when our children are 100 years old, they could say they were never sick a day in their life because of what they learned at Zoe Pediatrics.
Don't wait for sickness. Children don't have to be sick to get better. Good doctors treat illness. Really great doctors prevent disease. Zoe Pediatrics, 10th Avenue at 17th Street.
Is your weight preventing you from leading a happy, healthy life? West Georgia Health in LaGrange is the only accredited center for weight loss surgery in the region to offer all 3 surgical options, and your procedure may be covered by insurance. To learn more about your weight loss surgery options, visit wghealth.org. West Georgia Health, so healthy together.
Looking for a different kind of church service? Instead of your Sunday suit in a row of pews, Midtown Connection offers a cup of coffee and some real conversation about who Christ is and what being a Christ follower means. Midtown Connection is located inside Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church on Hilton Avenue, right in the heart of Midtown Columbus. Join friends over a cup of coffee this Sunday and enjoy uplifting music and a positive Christ-centered message. Midtown Connection at Waldrop Memorial Baptist Church. The way worship should be.
Hello and welcome back to Unity. Like I said, we're here on location taping at Wesley Heights Elementary School, and my children to get a chance to see their teacher in action. I've got another wonderful guest. He is Dr. Wayne Kong of Zoe Pediatrics. Welcome to Unity.
Well, thank you, Pam. Delighted to be here. Hi, guys.
Tell my viewers all about Zoe Pediatrics.
Well, I hope everyone knows that pediatrics mean, medicine for children. And we serve children from birth to 19. And Pam, what distinguishes Zoe from other pediatricians or the way we used to practice is that we thoroughly believe that prevention is more important than a cure.
Okay.
You ever heard that nursery rhyme, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall, Humpty Dumpty
had a great fall.
And all the king's horses and all king's men couldn't put him back together again. Wouldn't it have been simpler if they just prevent him from falling rather than trying to put all the pieces, back together again? So I'd like to tell you about dentistry. 50 years ago, we didn't know what caused tooth decay. And all dentists did was you get a toothache, he would pull it out and he would fit it back with false teeth. And right now, there used to be people who make false teeth all over the city. And I dare you to find one these days because that's gone the way of the dinosaur. Because we've discovered that if you fluoridate the water, you go to your dentist twice a year for preventive checkups, and you brush and floss your teeth at least twice a day, you can live with the teeth that grew in when you were 7 years old for the rest of your life. In fact, your teeth will be around 100 years after you're gone. So teeth are designed to last a long time, and there's no reason why, if you take care of them, they don't last a long time. So that's the philosophy of Zoe Pediatrics. Children do not have to be sick to get better. In the old days, you wait until the kid got sick and you bring him to the doctor, and the doctor would prescribe some medicine, try to make him whole again. The whole idea of Zoe Pediatrics, don't let them get sick in the first place. We know what causes illness in children, and we can prevent it. So it's just like we know what can prevent heart disease, And yet 50% of Americans die from heart disease.
That's true.
So we need to be more cognizant about how to prevent these diseases. So instead of treating diabetes later on, we can prevent the obesity that causes diabetes. And that would be so much better than trying to treat diabetes after it happens.
What are some good health tips for children? Some good health tips that I'm pretty sure you know.
Well, we've developed the seven steps to good health.
Okay.
And the earlier you adopt them, the better off you are. But we don't have a lot of time to go into all of them, but I can tell you that we put God first.
All right.
People who go to church regularly live 7 years longer than people who don't go to church.
Wow.
So, it's as simple as, going to church and get some hugs and kisses and some prayers, some good music, and God's grace. So all of that is important in a child growing up. High blood pressure is certainly can devastate one's health. High cholesterol, and it's caused by mostly what we eat. In Middle Georgia, in Columbus, I can tell these kids probably 90% of them what they had for breakfast, because everybody eat the same eggs and ham and biscuits and all the things that can increase one's cholesterol. But exercise is so important, and we need to make sure that we watch when people are gaining weight and make sure that they can maintain ideal weight throughout their lifetime. And even for people who are 80, they can still maintain ideal weight by modifying their diets and with regular exercise. And then kids must get a good night's sleep. Hyperactivity and a lot of problems that children have are related to the fact that they don't get to sleep very much. There's too much noise, or there's distress that's preventing them from sleeping. So it's so important that these kids sleep 7 hours a night or more or less. But and the final point is that it does no good to bring a kid to a doctor and get a prescription if you don't fill the prescription and actually give the medicine to the child. It's also not a good idea to take your kids to doctors that don't really care about them.
Mm-hmm.
And you must, take off their clothes, and you must examine them closely, and you must talk to them and find out what is going on. But maybe one of the big things that distinguish Zoe Pediatrics from maybe other pediatricians is that if Dr. Kong has bad news, let's say a child has cancer, and you have to talk to the parents and the child about this very dread disease. What could bring people together than holding hands and saying a word of prayer?
Amen.
So Dr. Kong always asks permission to see whether they can pray together, and after they pray together, then they're able to discuss the medical consequences and what they have to do about their situation.
Well, Dr. Kong, they're giving me the sign. I got to go.
All right.
But real quick, tell them how they can come to Zoe Pediatrics right here in Columbus.
Well, we have 3 offices, Thomaston, Columbus, and Barnesville. And the one in Columbus is at 959 17th Street. Our telephone number is 706-992-6940. 706-992-6940. And we look forward to seeing your face in the place over there.
Dr. Kong, thank you so much. We're going to commercial break, then we're coming back with one of my scholars, VJ, a.k.a. the Boss Man.
Unity with Pam is being brought to you by these great sponsors.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir, and our TV ministry. And we're looking for great things to happen, great miracles to happen within this place. Come and be a part of the blessing plan.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
Hello, welcome back to Unity. You've been hearing me talk about Unity with Pam tutorial broadcast. Well, I have got one of my students. He was with us the first time we did it. He is back again this year in our class. He is Vincent Jones II. We call him VJ, the boss man. Welcome to the show again.
Hello.
Well, tell my viewers you're in character and what's going on, why you're in character at the school.
Well, today was the book parade where you bring a book and you dress up as the main character. And if you can't tell, I am Amare Stoudemire, an NBA basketball player who wrote 3 additional books to help prevent child literacy, which is where children don't read enough books. So he wrote 3 books for fun.
So what made you choose him?
Well, first of all, since my favorite NBA player left a team, I had to choose another team, which I had to go with the Knicks.
Okay. All right. We're going to let you have that. I'm going to ask you real quick. I'm switching gears because I don't have much time. Why you like broadcasting? What made you want to get in it?
Well, first of all, I just love cameras.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing for me. You know, I try and collect as many cameras as I can and try and make many movies or anything.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to do a career? I know you're young. Do you want to pursue a career? Or?
I've actually wanted to do directing.
Okay. So you're going to follow Mr. Man's lead?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we got to get off the air. And VJ, I want to say thank you so much for doing my show.
You're welcome.
Helping Miss Pam out today. And thank you for being in my class. Show love in the community and support Unity with Pam.
Thank you for watching Unity with Pam. If you would like to be a sponsor, please contact us or visit unitywithpam.org.